Welcome back to Winter Day 19 and 20 of the Stardew Valley Min-Max and 100% Perfection Guide. Last time, we had a very lucrative Skull Cavern invasion dive and gained 91 radioactive ore and enough key gems to make some nice purchases today from the Golden Walnut Room. We will also take care of a variety of miscellaneous tasks, including replanting the winter forageables and catching some new fish. Today is a good humor luck day, which might come in handy when we catch some fish. We will be tending to the greenhouse. As you can see, our fruit trees have grown 3 fruits, which is the maximum they can hold, so we gotta harvest those, as well as our coffee, some strawberries, and some ancient fruits. So all of that gets harvested. The ancient fruit will be going in the seed maker so we can get more of those and plant even more in the greenhouse, which we'll do a little bit later. We do need to tend to the furnaces right here. We always need some ores being smelted. The iridium ore will be nice to turn into bars to sell. We do get the recipe for the monster musk from the wizard, which we got from completing the prismatic slime quest last time. It looks like for the winter star, our secret person is Abigail, so we'll have to give her a gift. That's pretty easy, just a gold star pumpkin will do. We are actually dating Abigail. We gave her a bouquet earlier in the run, so that'll be interesting, but that's alright. We'll move on to some more quick organizing and cycling these seed makers here. We do need to get those ancient seeds to plant in the greenhouse, but now we will tend to the majority of the day here, which will be spent harvesting these winter forageables and replanting them. So it does take quite a while to hoe all this space. I've got it sped up at 4 times speed, and we will be crafting as many winter seeds as we can with the forageables we gain here. And of course, we need to replant them as well. And with the forageables, it's a little bit awkward because sometimes they leave the space underneath them already hoed, so we don't have to re-hoe it. But often with the forageables, the space will become untilled and we'll have to re-hoe it and re-water some of them. And we won't waste time watering them though, because we'll have the sprinklers that'll water them overnight anyway, so the forageables will just end up growing, half of them a day earlier, half of them a day later, but that's not a big deal. We do have quite a few more seeds to plant, so we can expand the field a little bit this way. Doesn't really matter with the organization or anything. We're just using our sprinklers that we had left over from the starfruit and pumpkin harvests. And we will be redoing these fields once we get ready for year 2 anyway, so it's not a big deal how we plant them right now. I will take a quick break from the planting in order to harvest the fish ponds down here. We do need a pickles for the sturgeon, so we'll need to get a pickles going in one of our preserve jars. But anyway, we will finish planting all of the winter seeds here. We just need a couple more plots here and then plant the rest of them. And that's it. That's all of the winter seeds we can plant. Hopefully those grow into an equal amount of forageables so we can turn them all into winter seeds and be able to have a lot of winter seeds at the end of the year. I did craft some crab pots to place down at the beach because we still need the crab pot ocean fish in order to catch them for the catch everything. And then I will place one of the sturgeon roes in the preserve jars to get a caviar eventually, so that we can use that in the missing bundle. We are now in the greenhouse to plant the ancient fruit seeds, but there isn't space, so we do have to remove some of these strawberry plants, which is extremely scary as we have to pickaxe them. And if we accidentally miss the plant and hit the ground, we will untill the ground, removing the fertilizer and the watered state, which would call for a restart of the day. So thankfully we were careful there and able to plant the ancient fruit seeds in the place of the strawberry crops. We skip over organizing and grabbing everything we want to take with us, and then head into town where we are met with a cutscene. And this is Alex's 4-heart cutscene, which is triggered by entering the town between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. We will be met with a dialogue option, and Alex asks us if we heard everything or not. We can say either option and both will have no effect on friendship. So let's go ahead and skip past this cutscene, and we are met with another cutscene, this time with Sam. This is Sam's 6-heart cutscene, which can be triggered by entering the town on a day where it's not raining between noon and 4 p.m. we are met with a dialogue option, and we can choose any of these options and they won't have any effect on friendship with Sam nor Mayor Lewis. We will skip once again and we are met with yet another cutscene. This time it is the cutscene unlocked after purchasing the first community upgrade and waiting 3 days for it to finish. This was a purchase from the carpenter shop which costed us 500,000 G, which resulted in Robin building a house for Pam and Penny. We can choose to reveal that it was us who funded this or not, and either way, it does not have any effect on friendship. However, after purchasing this upgrade and completing this cutscene here, we will be rewarded 1,000 points of friendship with Pam, which is 4 whole friendship hearts, which is quite a lot. For some reason, there is no effect on anybody else's friendship, not even Penny nor Robin, but I think it would have been nice, because this is such an expensive upgrade, to get maybe a small amount of friendship points with all of the NPCs, since this is a very noticeable difference in the town. Maybe 1 friendship heart with everybody, but that's okay. We're done with that cutscene now, and we'll be heading to the sewers, where we will give Krobus a gift, of course, a loved gold star pumpkin, and then attempt to catch the legendary mutant carp. It is 3 p.m. right now, and Willie's closes at 5 p.m., and we do need to get to Ginger Island, so we do only have about an hour to catch the fish right here, because I want to leave by 4 p.m. in order to ensure I have enough time to get to Willie's, although I probably could have pushed it a little bit further. So let's see if we get lucky now. Unfortunately, we have only been getting trash items, but we do get a hit here. Unfortunately, it is just a carp. You can only catch carp and the mutant carp in this pond right here, and you'll know for sure that it's the mutant carp because the legendary fish have a different little fish icon in the fishing minigame. But it is 4 p.m. now, and I want to be sure we have enough time to get to Ginger Island, so I will head out now to the beach, where we are met with a cutscene, and this is the cutscene we unlock after completing Willie's Juicy Bug Quest special order. Willie rewards us by teaching us the recipe for the quality bobber, which of course every crafting recipe will be needed for perfection, so we will need that for that. But other than that, we probably won't use the quality bobbers anymore, because we just need to catch a few more fish for perfection, and then there isn't really much of a reason to do any more fishing. We will forage the beach real quick, and then speaking of catching every fish, we do need to place some crab pots down here on the beach, because we still need the crab, the lobster, and the shrimp, which can be only found from crab pots in the ocean here. So we will go ahead and bait those and hopefully get lucky with some of those fish. Then we make it to Willie's with just enough time before he closes and can head on over to Ginger Island, where we're mainly coming here just to go to the Keys Golden Walnut room to purchase some upgrades using our key gems, which we got from completing the Skull Cavern invasion quest and some during that quest from the enemies as well. We do have some taro tubers grown that we can replant with some of our taro tuber seeds right there, and planting them by the river, they'll grow without the need to be watered or anything, so they're basically just free crops to grow, and so we'll go ahead and replant those. We do have a starfruit harvest that will be ready very soon. It'll be ready on the 21st, so we'll need to come back to Ginger Island and harvest them then. And while we are here today, we will go ahead and chop some trees and mine some muscle rocks here, because the resources are just here, so we might as well take advantage of them because they do come back for free. And the swift enchantments on both the axe and the pickaxe make chopping and mining go super fast. We can also get some coconuts from the trees in case we want to ever get some more golden coconuts from trading them. But we make it to the Keys Golden Walnut room and right away pick up the horse flute, because that is an obvious choice. It's basically a permanent speed boost wherever we can summon the horse at, which we can in pretty much any outdoor location. And then we'll also go ahead and buy the key to the town. This will give us access to any building at any time, no matter if they're technically closed or not. And then we will be on our way. We will show off the horse flute real quick, play that, and we can just summon the horse at will and on Ginger Island. And normally we wouldn't be able to get the horse to Ginger Island in any way, So the horse flute does allow us to have a nice speed boost here on Ginger Island like we normally would at the town with our horse, and the same can be done at the desert. After gathering the rest of the wood on the farm and digging up a quick artifact spot which we had missed, we will head on over to the dig site where we can take advantage of the free resources that come back here, including some increased artifact spots, which we can get some fossils that we don't have yet necessarily, like the snake skull, and then we can also get some more bone shards, and bone shards are always nice because they can be put in the bone mill. And also we will need 30 of them to get a recipe from the island trader, and remember, every recipe is needed for perfection. We are having some inventory space problems here. I should have left some stuff at the farm chest on the island, but I did want to take as much items as I could back to the main farm with me, and even worse, I go into the mushroom cave here, and there are 4 different types of mushroom there, so we definitely can't pick all of those up. I will go ahead and warp back to the main farm now, and we will go ahead and cycle some machinery, including the bone mills with some bones that we already have, so we don't need those anymore. Then after skipping over that, we will summon the horse for the nice speed boost it gives, and head on over to the mines, and not to mine, actually to fish, because we do need to still catch all of the unique mine fish, so we will attempt to catch all 4 of them tonight. We will start with the lava eel, which can be caught at floor 100 of the mines, and you can tell by the big lava lake right here that we can fish in, and the only fish that can be caught here is the lava eel, but the most likely item to get is trash. As you can see, we are getting a lot of trash before we even get a bite from the lava eel. The chances of hooking the lava eel could be increased if we use the curiosity lure, so I will go ahead and equip that, but I am a bit worried if we do reel it in that not having the trap bobber will cause some difficulties because the lava eel is very tough to catch. So we will see if we switch back to a trap bobber or not. If we don't, we will have quite a big challenge ahead of us. And it looks like this bite right here does hook in that lava eel, so we don't have the trap bobber on us right now, so this will be a difficult battle, but we will see how we do. We aren't really making any progress on filling that bar all the way up, but we are hanging on. We are having some close calls, but with the +4 fishing buff from the seafoam pudding, we are able to keep it on and reel it in all the way and catch that lava eel. Not only does that count towards the fishing requirement of catching every fish, but we can also place a lava eel in a new fish pond if we decide to get another one. We will head on over to floor 60 of the mines now, where we can find the frozen lake, and there is still a lot of trash to catch, but we will get ghost fish a bit more often here, and ghost fish can be caught on this floor or floor 20, the dirt floor. And it looks like this fish that we are reeling in is a ghost fish, as ghost fish are pretty easy to catch. The ice pip, which is the rarer fish that can be caught here, is much more difficult. It is 1:30, so I'm thinking we won't have time to catch the stonefish, but hopefully we'll have just enough time to catch the ice pip. Unfortunately, it looks like this is another ghost fish, as if it was the ice pip, it would be all over the place. We do get a perfect catch and get an iridium ghost fish, which is cool, I guess. And let's see if we can get one more hook in, and we do. And that is definitely the ice pip right there. It is going around like crazy, so we know that's the ice pip. And we try to stay over it. If we could catch the lava eel, we definitely can catch the ice pip. The ice pip is a bit easier, but it is still a tough battle, as you can see right here. But we are managing to stay over it, and we are about to lose it right there, but we managed to come back. And it really is just persistence with fishing here. You can stay over it and kind of maintain your ground and hopefully eventually fill up the bar, and there we go, we get the ice pip. And I just realized we did it without even having a fishing buff, so we didn't have an increased fishing level, just fishing level 11 with our fishing level 10 plus the 1 from the master enchantment on our fishing rod. We pass out, but we did manage to catch the lava eel, ice pip, and ghost fish. And all that is left will be the stonefish, mutant carp, and the 3 crab pot fish. We will now make a very interesting transition to the next day, which is winter day 20, and you may notice right away I have a much bigger screen. Winter day 19 actually happened to be the day that I had this run pre-recorded up until, and now that we are on winter day 20, this gameplay footage is much more current. I actually live streamed this day, so if you are interested in that, I will leave a link. And the reason my screen is bigger and we can see so much more of the map now is just because I went from playing on my small laptop to a newer computer with a much larger monitor. So this is actually pretty nice for min-maxing, as we can see a whole lot more of the map than we normally can. But let's go ahead and get started with winter day 20, which is a super luck day, so we will take advantage of that by going to Skull Cavern to try to farm some iridium ore for some extra money. Before we do that though, we have to tend to our animals because we do have a slight problem and our animals are out of hay. Luckily, we did have some hay in our chest from all of the wheat we had harvested, so we will go ahead and grab that and go ahead and manually feed them, then stick the hay in the auto feeder, which will fill up our silo of course, and then we can also go into the barn and feed our barn animals as well, and also pet them to try to hopefully make them forgive us a little. But the main reason we want our animals at high friendship with us is to get better quality animal products to use as gifts. And most particularly, we want the ducks and rabbits at high friendship to increase the chances of receiving duck feathers and rabbit's feet. The duck feathers are loved by both Elliot and Leo, and the rabbit's feet are loved by everyone except for Penny, so these are definitely valuable gift items. Speaking of gifts, we do have 3 beets, and the beet is a loved gift by Evelyn, and today happens to be Evelyn's birthday, so we will head to her house, and then we do have 2 other beets for both George and Alex, but they're only liked gifts for them. But it looks like we are met with a cutscene, and this is George's 6-heart cutscene, which can be triggered by entering George's house whenever he is home. This cutscene does not have any effect on friendship and there are no dialogue options. Basically, we just help George reach a book on the shelf and then he appreciates us a little bit more than he used to, and he gives us a little bit of a backstory to why he is in his wheelchair. We are met with another cutscene, and this time it is Dr. Harvey's 2-heart cutscene, which can be activated once again by entering George's house when George is there. It looks like George is disagreeing with Dr. Harvey's medical advice, and we kind of butt in here, and George asks us our opinion on it, and since this is a Harvey cutscene, we do want to agree with him, and when we get the dialogue option, pick the choice that George should follow Dr. Harvey's advice, which will give us 40 points of friendship with Harvey, and if we choose the other option of George knows what's best for his own body, we will lose 40 friendship points with Harvey. But don't worry, this won't have any effect on George's friendship. Anyway, we will now give out some gifts, which is the reason we came here in the first place. We have beets for both Alex and George, which are just liked gifts, and then another gold star beet for Evelyn, which is a loved gift. And then we can go ahead and warp on over right away to the desert, where we will be having a Skull Cavern dive. We will get to see a very nice benefit of the horse flute, that we can play it even in the desert where we normally would not be able to utilize the horse, and get to Skull Cavern even faster than we normally would. During this Skull Cavern dive, I will use minimal staircases in order to save them for another key Skull Cavern invasion run. I will also go lighter on bombs, but despite this, we still have a pretty lucrative Skull Cavern run, which I will skip over the majority of it. At one point, we find ourselves at a treasure floor and get extremely lucky with an auto petter, so now that we can have an auto petter in both our barn and coop, that will certainly help with increasing the animals' friendships. We will continue gathering iridium ore and other resources until we pass out, which brings us to the end of this day and the end of this video. The next day will be filled with a huge variety of goals to accomplish, including harvesting our Ginger Island starfruit and making stops all over the map to complete these goals and give out gifts at the same time. If you are looking forward to what's to come, please consider subscribing so you can be sure to see the videos when they come out. And feel free to leave a comment with anything you'd like to say. Perhaps let me know what your favorite upgrades are from Key's Golden Walnut Room. I really appreciate how the horse flute lets you summon the horse in locations you normally cannot, and all of the time it saves with the speed boost. As always, Thank you for watching, and goodbye.